Hello, Lawson. Today I'm going to be reading you The Tale of Peter Rabbit. And this is by Beatrix Potter. Can you see that? Yeah. I used to love this story. Once upon a time, there were 4 little rabbits, Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. They lived with their mother under the root of a big tree. See? Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. I'm thinking that's Peter. Now, said Mrs. Rabbit one morning, you may go into the fields or down the lane, but don't go into Mr. McGregor's garden. So she's getting them all ready to go out and play for the day. But don't go into Mr. McGregor's garden. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail went down to the lane to pick blackberries. But Peter, who was very naughty, ran straight to Mr. McGregor's garden. See him climbing underneath the fence there? He went right to Mr. McGregor's garden. First, he ate some lettuces and some beans, and then he ate some radishes. Then he felt rather sick. Ugh. There he is, eating it all up. Now he's not feeling so good. Turning a corner, who should Peter meet but Mr. McGregor? He jumped up and ran after Peter, waving a rake and calling, "Stop, thief!" Peter was frightened. He rushed all over the garden and lost both his shoes. Then he tripped and got caught in a net. There he is with Mr. McGregor coming around the bend. He sees him. And then Mr. McGregor is saying, "Stop, thief!" And he's racing after him. Peter's so scared. And he got caught up in a net. Uh-oh. Some friendly sparrows flew down to help Peter. Mr. McGregor came up, but Peter wriggled free just in time, leaving his jacket behind him. He rushed into the tool shed and hid in a watering can. Then he sneezed. And Mr. McGregor was after him again. So here he is, caught in a net, and the sparrows are helping him. He left his jacket behind, and he was hiding, but then he went and sneezed. Oh, those sneezes give you away every time. Peter leapt out of the window, knocking over 3 plants. The window was too small for Mr. McGregor to get through. See? Just his big foot. There he is, hopping out of the window, and there he's knocking over the plants. Mr. McGregor went back to his work, and Peter was alone again. But he was very frightened, and he was very, very lost. I don't know where I am, and I lost my jacket. After a while, Peter found a door in the wall. A mouse was running in and out, underneath carrying peas and beans to her family. See the little door? Peter asked her the way to the gate, but she had such a large pea in her mouth she couldn't answer. Can you see the little mouse down there? So she couldn't answer him. Peter set off across the garden and came to a pond where a white cat was staring at some goldfish. She was very, very still. Peter thought it best to keep going. He had heard some very alarming things about cats. So he sees the cat looking at those fish, and he just doesn't trust the cat. Rightfully so. Cats are known to chase after rabbits. Then suddenly, quite close to him, Peter heard a sound. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Screech! He scuttled underneath the bushes. But as nothing happened, he crept out. And there was Mr. McGregor hoeing onions, and just beyond him was the gate. So here he is hiding when he hears all that scratching. Scritchy, screech, screech. And then he peeks out around the corner, and there's Mr. McGregor. And right behind him is the gate. Very quietly, Peter jumped down, and he started to run as fast as he could. He slipped underneath the gate and was safe at last. See that? Uh-oh, there's that McGregor running, and he saw him. Mr. McGregor soon found Peter's blue jacket and shoes, and he hung them on his scarecrow to frighten the blackbirds. See, there's his jacket and there's his shoes, and he hung it up on a pole to scare away the birds. Like a scarecrow. Scare the crow. Scarecrow. Peter didn't stop running until he was safely home. He was so tired that he flopped down on the sandy ground and closed his eyes. There he is, back to his little rabbit's den. And there his mom sees him passed out. And there's his little sisters just outside the house. Poor Peter Rabbit was not very well during the evening. Mrs. Rabbit put him to bed and made some chamomile tea. I like that idea. But Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail had bread and milk and delicious blackberries for supper. So, ooh, there they are. They're eating. And where's Peter? He's way over there, not feeling too well. He ate everything out of Mr. McGregor's garden. He's still feeling a little ill. So his mommy put him to bed, and the others ate those blackberries that they went out to pick in the first place. What is naughty Peter Rabbit doing in Mr. McGregor's garden? So this was your first little tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. Good night.